gentlemen, one of the most admired and sought-after fashion stylists in the world, responsible for creating some of the most memorable fashion moments for celebrities like icons Billy Porter, Beyoncé, for example, who are both in the forward and afterword of his new, beautifully written book, Makeover From Within. Ty shares the glamorous side of his life, but what it took to get to the life he has today. You know, there were so many things in your book that, one after the other, I'm like, wait a minute, did this happen? This is a movie.
Yeah, it is.
One of them was that you survived multiple acts of violence, one that included almost losing your leg after being shot multiple times. I see your emotional, that's PTSD.
Yeah.
And you write about it in this book. What happened there?
I attended an event, because I was in a medical field. I used to live in Austin, Texas. I used to work on artificial heart valves. And our company had this party, and the nightclub in Austin was down the street. So I was like, I'm gonna go to the company party, and then we're gonna sneak off and go to the club. And going to the club, it was such a beautiful night because I saw people I hadn't seen in a long time, friends and cousins, and everybody was outside. And so we partied, and I had to use the restroom, and I went in the club. The line was too packed, and being the man, I'm like, oh, I'll just use the restroom behind the store. So I went behind the store, and as I pulled my pants up and came, the guys came up with guns up to my head.
You're right about it. No one was ever charged or arrested.
Nobody was ever arrested or anything.
You survived it. You nearly lost your leg.
Yeah,
and this was this pivotal moment.
Yeah, they shot me like 2 times in both of my legs.
In that moment, like, your life flashes, your love for your family, but it ignited, as you wrote, something in you to redirect your life, because that is truly the wrong place, wrong time. You could have gone this direction. You could have not gone to the party, but to your point, these painful things happen to lead you to the light. What did that lead you to?
It just let me know that I'm one of the nicest people on earth. I know that for a fact. And it taught me to just pay attention to my surroundings. And it let me know, my song at the time was Lenny Kravitz, It Ain't Over Till It's Over. And so therefore, it ain't over till it's over. I have a purpose, and it just let me redirect my life.
You have to redirect your life.
Yeah.
You know, in the book, you also wrote that working with Beyoncé taught me that it's not enough to have dreams. You have to work as hard as you possibly can to achieve them. Talent is not enough.
Yeah.
Work ethic makes the difference here. So that moment when you're 21, these other moments in your life, meeting Beyoncé, a lot of people can style. I tell people all the time, it's a lot of great people who could do what I do, but they're not here. And I ask myself many nights, God, why me? Why this opportunity? And that's why I use it as best I can.
Yeah.
You have this opportunity, and then the why me becomes your ability to just open doors for so many other young stylists as well, who might not have been able to get in the room.
I agree. I had the why me, and you know, now I'm living why not me.
Why not you? I love that.
I'm a good person, I'm talented, and it's my time.
Yeah,
why not me?
You feel like it's your time.
Yeah.
In the book, you talk about your time, your dad really introducing you to Diana Ross.
Yes.
And you talk about it, not in person, you're a child, but he said, I know, your dad is like, what did that concert and seeing Diana Ross do?
Well, you know, writing this book was like therapy for me. I'd never been to therapy. And so when you write things out and you lay it all out, you start to understand why things were the way they were. My dad, and to be honest with you, my mom too, they're all, and my brother, everybody was sports. Yeah. And I was like anti-sports. And I just felt like I was a young kid, and that was my dad's way of showing me that I'm connecting with you. So my dad took me to Diana Ross concert. I didn't ask, but he took me to Diana Ross concert, and that sparked, like, I'm like, hair, makeup, you know, rhinestones, all this feathers and all this. I'm like, I'm obsessed. And I really figured that trigger just made me love fashion and love. And it just put me in a place where I am today. I really believe that.
That is so true. So you have this moment, and then as I understand, in high school, you did learn individuality. You learned that you were a trendsetter. You learned that you had this, what you describe as a secret weapon.
Yeah.
What was that secret weapon?
You know, if everybody has it on, I don't want it. Like, if it's a trend, like, to me, you know, and if I did wear things that other people...
Because that haircut looks trendy. That's giving me very Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah. Now, you couldn't tell me I wasn't... I would go places, they'd be like, Will, you look like Will Smith. And then it got bigger and it became like Kid and Play.
Kid and Play, right.
But that was, but as far as fashion, like, my mom was a single parent and she would give me like a pair of jabot, that just shows my age, I'm 50.
Oh, I know what jabot, I'm 52,
Yeah.
I get it.
But the Guess
well,
to the jabot.
that was your Kwame polka dot moment.
That was my Kwame era, yeah. I loved polka dots and I was blind, I'm still blind as a bat, but yeah. But it just, the individual style and just thrifting. I love going vintage shopping with my grandmother and my great-grandmother.
I know, so, which is one of the things that I guess that's the root of who you are, because a lot of people think that you have to put on $1 billion outfit to look $1 billion. And you really preach that because it goes back to the makeover from within, because you can put on a $3,000 dress, but if it's not right inside, it's not right.
It's not right. And I tell people, like, I can go get look number 3 for Givenchy for you, but if you don't feel comfortable, it's about confidence. That's what's selling on the carpet. That's why you can see Gaga wearing a meat dress. It's about confidence. It's not about the clothes. It's about how you feel about yourself.
I don't know if I could have pulled off the meat.
Once you look in the mirror, I tell everybody, once you look in the mirror and you okay, I'm okay, all right, you gotta go. Because you're not gonna be able to please anybody.
When you look at what you've overcome, how do you describe it to people?
I'm just grateful. I'm blessed to be here another day. My life could have been gone when they came up to me like this. And I'm just blessed. I'm just blessed. And I'm favor ain't fair. It ain't fair, but I'm living in it, and I'm gonna just do my purpose,
Well, your purpose has been to have heart with the styling, and coming up, Ty's philosophy for styling, his celebrity clients, and his advice for the rest of us for 2023, right after the break.
Hey Tamron, it's Ty Hunter. I'm gonna show you guys how I like to thrift shop. I like that. $14.99 for the boots, $8 for the pants, $7 for this, and this is $14.99. Now I got my outfit for the weekend. Thanks, Tamron.
Welcome back. We're with celebrity fashion stylist superstars and new author Ty Hunter, who became one of the most respected stylists in the world during his 15 years of styling Beyoncé. And now Ty is sharing his lessons that we can all apply to our lives. Before we get to the Ty's takeaways, which is a whole section, by the way, of the book, it's so beautiful.
Thank you.
You have this thing for 2 years in a row. You intentionally went to Fashion Week wearing outfits that cost $25 or less. And you still, and I love it because you still ended up on all the best dressed lists. 25 or less. And you ended up on best dressed lists. That's what I said.
People just got to quit taking fashion so serious and just have fun with it, And it don't cost a lot to look good if you know what you're doing.
Now, do you tell your clients this? So, like, take me behind the wall. So do you say, Beyoncé, you can look good in this $20 shirt?
Well, I thank God that she's not the type, like, she was open, if it's hot, why not?
Yeah, if it's hot, why not?
If it's hot, why not?
I like it. All right. So you love thrifting. I love thrifting as well. It's one of my favorites. I love vintage. I love thrifting.
It's so much fun because when you find something, it's like,
It's like you've discovered it.
Yes.
All right, so you're going to tell us some of Ty's takeaways, and we have some pictures up. Let's go through. You went through the thrift store. Tell me about this.
My friend Felicia gave me the bag. The bag is Givenchy, but the rest of it is all thrift. That shirt is a women's blouse. I paid $7.
$7?
Yeah. Okay. And the pants were like $10. The shoes were like $8. Yeah.
Really? How long does it take you to find these finds?
It just depends. What I do, I have a little thing that I put on music, like a good music, or if you got a friend that you can gossip with. Because if you just go in there looking for clothes, you're not gonna find nothing.
Right.
You have to have the mindset of, I just take the rack and I just go through.
Go through. Okay, so I think it was President Barack Obama who said, where do you go next from here?
Where do you go from here?
What happened there?
I had met Barack a few times, and they had a thing at the 4040, and we were able to take a picture with him. So Raquel Smith, who worked with me, they allowed us to come and take a picture with him, and it was a beautiful thing. And we was taking a picture, and he looked at us, and he was like, "Yeah, you guys Beyoncé stylists. Like, where do you go?" Now this
Is
might
that
be
your
a bad.
Barack
This my
Obama's
Barack
voice? Oh gosh.
But he was like, "Where do you go from there?" You know, and it just stuck with me. Like, where do you go from there? Like, you know.
And so how did you answer that to yourself?
I answered it to myself because I got a break after On the Run 2, and during that break, I just started like creating. I could have used a vacation, but they gave me 3 months off, so I started creating. I did a clothing line, you know, dabbed a little bit into the tech world, and when it was time to go on the next On the Run, I knew that I couldn't go and promote myself, so I talked to B, and she understood, and she was like, "I'll support you 100%."
Oh.
And I just broke away and started. And it was the most hardest thing because I was in routine, and that was family, so it was very hard. And I went through a depression and everything, and I remember calling Miss Lawrence. He told me, he was like, "Baby, you can only run in place for so long.
Oh.
Run."
Run.
Run.
And
I've
here
been
you have
running.
run into the world of being an author and
Yes.
sharing your journey. Ty, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Congratulations on everything. So Ty's book, Makeover From Within, Lessons in Hardship, Acceptance, and Self-Discovery is available now. And the TFM audience, you're going home with a